As she entered Paris Fashion Week, the jeers began immediately, her crumpled shirt and scuffed slip-ons labeled as homeless chic by a derisive influencer. Security pulled her away while the crowd shouted, "Remove the maid from our runway." Humbled yet resolute, Iris held tightly to a card that had the power to dismantle the show's leading figure. A single utterance from her lips sent a chill through the room, causing the empire of the Queen of Couture to start its descent into ruin. The Grand Palais in Paris stood as a temple of style, its glass dome reflecting the golden hues of autumn, its runway a revered platform for the fashion world's luminaries. Paris Fashion Week stood as the ultimate stage where creators transformed into deities and garments etched their legacy into time. This evening, all eyes were on Celeste Duval, the reigning monarch of French fashion, her brand shining brightly as a symbol of contemporary couture and the empowerment of women. The event of the season unfolded with A-list celebrities, Vogue editors, and billionaire buyers gracing the front row. The atmosphere crackled with excitement as chandeliers scattered glimmers over silk banners adorned with Celeste's emblem. Her Instagram, boasting 5 million followers, showcased the allure, solidifying her status as beyond reach. In this realm, appearances held immense power, and a single misstep in expression could lead to your complete erasure. Iris Lane entered the venue, her wrinkled cotton shirt casually tucked into rough linen trousers, her slip-ons softly scuffing the polished floor. Before Iris could even take her seat, the elite audience transformed her presence into a merciless spectacle. Lila Voss, adorned in a shimmering gown, rose and gestured towards Iris's trousers, exclaiming, "Did she snag those from a thrift shop janitor?" The audience erupted with excitement, their luxury watches shining as they captured moments, sharing them in a WhatsApp group titled Fashion Week Royals. Ethan Crane, reclining in luxurious velvet, flung a crumpled program at Iris with a mocking tone, saying, "Use this for your resume." Diana Tate, her fur coat swaying elegantly, declared, "She's an affront to fashion." With their phones recording, the videos made their way to Snapchat, accompanied by captions such as, "Had runway reject." Chloe Hart, the PR staffer, observed from the sidelines with a smirk, her silence tacitly supporting the onslaught. The laughter crashed around her, each taunt leaving a mark on Iris's pride. Yet, she remained resolute, her almond eyes steady, her tote held close like a shield. The post amassed 25,000 views, each share a brutal display of her dignity laid bare. At 42, she possessed a quietly captivating presence, with almond-shaped eyes that hinted at untold stories, chestnut hair styled in a relaxed braid, and a natural radiance unmasked by makeup. Her canvas tote contained a sketchbook, a pencil, and a worn photograph of her former studio. Iris was the elusive spirit of style, the mastermind behind Maison X, a brand that had the honor of dressing Beyoncé, Kate Blanchett, and the royal family of Monaco. A decade passed, her closest confidant and aide, Celeste Duval, appropriated her creations, established a vast empire, and labeled Iris a thief of ideas. The betrayal shattered her career, casting her into exile in Los Angeles, where she dwelled in obscurity, piecing together thrift store fabrics to make ends meet. Now, back in Paris, Iris had come back, not for vengeance, but to reclaim her narrative. She purchased a ticket in the third row, her presence overlooked, her heart unwavering. The Grand Palais buzzed with opulence, guests adorned in Dior and Chanel, sipping champagne as their jewels sparkled beneath the luminous glow. Iris settled into her seat, her tote resting on her lap, her gaze sweeping across the runway. Close by, a fashion influencer named Lila Voss, her blonde curls flowing over a sequined gown, caught sight of Iris' outfit and smirked. "Is this a charity event now?" she murmured to her companion, a model named Ethan Crane clad in a luxurious velvet suit. Their laughter attracted attention, with phones raised to document Iris' unexpected appearance. A PR staffer, Chloe Hart, made her way over, her clipboard held tightly as if it were a shield. "Sorry, this show is not open to random guests," she stated, her tone icy. "You're in the wrong seat," Iris said, a soft smile playing on her lips. "I have a ticket," she declared, pulling it from her tote. Chloe's gaze sharpened, scrutinizing Iris' slip-ons. "This has to be a mistake," she exclaimed, her voice cutting through the air and drawing attention. The embarrassment intensified. Lila Voss, broadcasting to her 200,000 followers, focused the camera on Iris, who was laughing joyfully. "Oh my God, who invited the housemaid?" The front row, packed with editors and buyers, erupted in laughter, their camera flashes igniting like fireworks. Ethan leaned in, exclaiming, "Did you take a wrong turn on your way to the laundry room?" The crowd erupted, their devices raised, capturing the moment as Chloe gestured for security. Two imposing figures in dark suits seized Iris' arms, their hold unyielding. As Chloe called for security, the guards didn't merely escort Iris, they orchestrated a dramatic scene. Victor, the lead guard, seized her tote, raising it high as if it were proof of wrongdoing, demanding, "What's inside? Stolen fabric?" The crowd erupted in laughter, Lila Voss capturing the moment, her live stream caption reading, "Couture criminal." Paul, the second guard, tugged at Iris' arm, his voice resonating through the air. "You believed you could slip into Fashion Week unnoticed?" Ethan Crane bellowed, "Search her pockets." "She's likely a pickpocket," someone remarked. The crowd's phones captured the moment, and the footage quickly circulated on X, tagged Nated Gatecrasher, racking up 30,000 retweets. Iris opened her tote to show just her sketchbook, but Victor dismissed it, tossing it back and muttering, "Trash, just like her outfit." The public trial was a spectacle of humiliation, with the guard's aggression serving as a calculated display for the elite. Iris' slip-ons dragged as she walked, her almond eyes shimmering with unspoken pain, yet her silence remained steadfast, a subtle act of resistance against the turmoil around her. "Come on, lady," one grumbled, pulling her from her seat, her slip-ons scraping against the floor. The crowd erupted in cheers, a woman in a fur coat named Diana Tate shouting, "Back to the streets." The video exploded on TikTok, titled "Nandad Fashion Fail," garnering 50,000 views within minutes. Iris stood firm, her almond-shaped eyes unwavering, her dignity serving as a silent barrier against the crowd. The second guard's grip on Iris' arm grew firmer, yet she remained unyielding. As Iris was drawn through the backstage area, Celeste's crew unleashed a torrent of hostility. A seamstress named Elise, threading a needle, scoffed, "Look at her. I bet she sews with duct tape." Mark Laurent, flipping through a mood board, chuckled, "She's just here to beg for scraps." A lighting technician, fine-tuning a spotlight, remarked, "Celeste's too big for nobodies like her." Their voices reverberated through the tumult, clear enough for Iris to catch as she steadied her tote. An intern, balancing coffee, chuckled, sharing a photo of Iris to the crew's group chat, captioned, #Lost in the alley. The image surfaced on a gossip site, with comments like, "Pathetic. Ban her. A fresh wound." The crew's cruelty reflected the runway's disdain, their words a deliberate attempt to diminish Iris' value. Her chestnut braid danced, her almond eyes aflame, yet she pressed on, their malice failing to shatter her poise. As Iris was drawn toward the exit, the runway lights faded, and Celeste Duval appeared backstage in a gown of white silk, its seams glistening with hand-stitched pearls. At 38, she was a sight to behold, platinum hair elegantly swept up, emerald eyes glimmering, her smile a carefully crafted display of poise. The audience burst into applause, Vogue's editor-in-chief rising to join in the ovation. Celeste's brand was a $500 million empire, her designs gracing the Met Gala, her TED Talk on empowerment garnering 10 million views. Yet, as she moved forward, her gaze swept over the crowd and locked onto Iris, standing at the edge of the venue. Her smile faded, her complexion draining of color. "No, it can't be," she whispered, her voice ensnared by a nearby mic. A young woman named Sophie Bell, a reporter, leaned in. "Are you familiar with that woman? It appears to be a misunderstanding." Celeste's breath caught, her facade beginning to falter. "No," she replied with a cutting tone. "I don't know her." "Security, remove her immediately." She delved into her tote, extracting a silver-embossed card, its subtle logo proclaiming Maison X. To those unfamiliar, it held no significance. To the elite of fashion, she was a specter from a bygone age. Iris spoke with a low, crisp tone, slicing through the tumult. "I believe Celeste remembers me," she remarked, her gaze fixed on her old companion. "I was her mentor. She was my assistant, the one who meticulously copied every sketch, every seam, every silhouette, transforming them into the empire you all applaud." The atmosphere shifted, gasps echoing through the crowd. Celeste's lips parted, denial brewing, but Iris lifted a hand, unwavering. "I hold the copyrights," she declared, along with the original invoices to Monaco's royal family and the backstage video footage that captured her covertly filming my sketchbooks, my secured drawers, and transmitting files to her personal email. The crowd stood still, devices dropping, lights fading away. Iris retrieved her phone, her fingers poised with purpose, and launched Twitter, marking her first post in 10 years. The screen illuminated with grainy footage, revealing a younger Celeste stealthily navigating through Iris's studio, capturing images of sketches and sending files to herself via email. The video's timestamp was unmistakable, 2013, a year prior to Celeste's breakthrough collection. Reporters rushed in, cameras capturing every moment as Sophie Bell tweeted, "Maison X is back, and Celeste Duval is exposed." The post garnered 100,000 retweets within minutes, sending Crown Thief trending worldwide. Celeste's gown appeared to droop, her emerald eyes filled with fear. "This is a lie," she stuttered, but the whispers of the crowd overwhelmed her, their applause giving way to disbelief. The live stream of the show faltered, unable to handle the surge of 2 million viewers, every comment echoing a call for authenticity. Behind the scenes, Celeste's team was in a frenzy, her creative director, Mark Laurent, murmuring, "She's just pretending. No one has kept records from that far back." Yet, Iris's tote contained more than just a phone. She revealed a leather-bound folder, its pages adorned with copyright seals from 2012, invoices signed by Monaco's Princess Charlene, and emails from Beyoncé's stylist lauding Maison X's unparalleled vision. Iris passed the folder to Sophie, who quickly reviewed it on Instagram Live, her 300,000 followers witnessing the evidence unfold. "These are originals," Sophie declared, her voice trembling. Celeste's debut collection aligns perfectly with Iris's sketches, right down to the stitching. The audience gasped and editors murmured, "It's true." Lila Voss's live stream abruptly ended, her sequins losing their sparkle as she slumped into her seat. Ethan's velvet suit lay in disarray, his smirk vanished. The guards let Iris go, retreating with ashen expressions. The chandeliers of the Grand Palais danced with flickering light, transforming the atmosphere of the room. Iris stood at the venue's edge, her cotton shirt catching the light, her almond eyes a blend of tranquility and intensity. She remained silent, composed, and unyielding. She spoke once more, her voice sharp and cutting. "A decade back, I placed my faith in Celeste," she stated. "She seized my creations, my identity, and abandoned me with emptiness. Today, I stand not to plead. I'm here to reveal the architect of this empire." The crowd rose to their feet, their devices now capturing Iris, leaving Celeste in the background. A Vogue editor, Anachin, tweeted, "Iris Lane is Maison X. We've been deceived." The post garnered 500,000 likes. The hashtag Maison X returns is trending as TikTok buzzes with clips of Iris's speech. Celeste's team hurried her backstage, but the harm was already inflicted. Her crown was askew, her reign faltering. The show was halted, the runway lights fading as organizers gathered in concern. The Haute Couture Council, the esteemed authority of fashion in Paris, announced, pending investigation, Celeste Duval's presentation is cancelled. Reporters flocked to Iris, but she dismissed them with a wave, her toque casually draped over her shoulder. "The truth is out," she murmured, making her way to the exit. Behind her, Celeste's gown caught on a chair, ripping as she hurried to her dressing room, her cries resonating in the air. Following Iris's departure, Lila Voss intensified the assault with a viral smear campaign. She manipulated a reel showcasing Iris's experience, featuring her bag being searched, her shoes scuffing, and her expression filled with distress. Accompanied by a derisive laugh track, it was labeled Fashion Week's biggest loser, #StreetTrash. The reel made its way to Instagram, racking up 150,000 views, accompanied by comments such as, "She's an embarrassment," and "Keep her out." Ethan Crane shared it on TikTok, remarking, "This is why we protect couture from wannabes." The video then found its way to YouTube, trending worldwide, each view a new blow for Iris, who caught a glimpse of it on a boutique TV while waiting in the vicinity. Fashion Week attendees at the boutique pointed, whispering, "That's the reject." Their laughter stung, but Iris adjusted her tote, her almond eyes unwavering, her composure a barrier against the online frenzy. The campaign felt like a worldwide execution, Lila's power turning Iris's suffering into a tool for fame. The crowd's phones were constantly recording, each post a reflection of the harsh realities of fashion. Lila's follower count took a nosedive, her #FashionFail video overwhelmed by remarks such as, "You disrespected a legend." Ethan was let go by his modeling agency, his velvet suit now a thing of the past. Diana's fur coat weighed down on her, rendering her front row status utterly insignificant. The Grand Palais, once a realm of Celeste's reign, had transformed into Iris's arena, her subtle strength reshaping the narrative of the past. The consequences were immediate and harsh. By morning, the New York Times featured a headline, "The Crown Thief Celeste Duval's Empire Built on Stolen Genius." The article outlined Iris's evidence, copyrights, invoices, and the incriminating video confirmed by fashion historians. Celeste's brand experienced a staggering decline of $200 million in value, with her flagship store in Paris now closed, its windows obscured by paper. She was prohibited from attending Paris Fashion Week, her name erased from the annals of couture. The scandal not only brought down Celeste, but it also shattered the careers of her allies. Lila Voss' influencer empire crumbled as brands such as Chanel severed ties, her Instagram followers dwindling to 10,000, her sequined gown auctioned off to pay legal expenses. Ethan Crane found himself on the outs with his modeling agency, his TikTok account suspended for harassment, and his once stylish velvet suit now a forgotten treasure from a thrift store. Marc Lawrence's design firm faced a boycott from the ateliers of Paris, resulting in his name being removed from fashion credits. The Haute Couture Council issued a public denunciation of their actions, identifying them in a press release that quickly gained traction, with the hashtag #CoutureCriminals trending. During a fashion event in Milan, guests adorned themselves with Maison X pins, a quiet homage to Iris, while distancing themselves from Celeste's previous team. Social media exploded with activity, users sharing their jests. They ridiculed Iris, and now they are left with nothing. Iris stood in her loft, her cotton shirt radiating light, observing the news as the industry yielded to her reality. The offender's disgrace became a spectacle for all to see, their dread of Iris' legacy leaving an indelible impression. Iris' evidence ignited a legal tempest, prompting Julien's legal team to file a $75 million lawsuit against Celeste's brand for theft, implicating her, Marc, and their PR firm. The court granted Iris a staggering $30 million, plunging Celeste's empire into bankruptcy, her flagship store sealed shut, her exquisite gowns seized. Marc found his assets frozen, and his condo in Milan was sold off to cover the damages. The settlement enabled the Silent Needle to expand its reach worldwide, establishing new branches in New York and Tokyo while also training 1,000 designers. Fashion houses around the globe embraced Iris' commitment to authenticity in design, prohibiting the use of appropriated work motivated by her principled stance. WWD featured a cover story titled Iris Lane Couture's Conscience, highlighting her iconic tote. Social media erupted in celebration, with Iris rules trending as users shared her story of taking down a thief and forging a legacy. During a Silent Needle workshop, a student expressed gratitude to Iris as her designs were now safeguarded. Iris beamed, her almond-shaped eyes sparkling, her triumph a guiding light for those who had been muted. The guilty quaked, the remnants of their empire lying beneath her subtle strength. Her TED Talk was taken down, her story of empowerment revealed as a fabrication. The online world was unforgiving, with Celeste's deceit becoming a hot topic as users claimed she had taken Iris' very essence. Celeste's team put forth a denial, yet it fell apart under examination, leading to the resignation of her creative director Marc in shame. Lila's rise as an influencer crumbled, her sequined gown now a mere item for sale online. Ethan faced the downfall of his Instagram, losing all his followers in an instant. Diana's status as a buyer was stripped away, her fur coat now a haunting emblem of disgrace. Iris chose not to remain in the limelight. A month later, she found herself in a beautifully renovated loft in Paris, her slip-ons making no sound on the polished hardwood as she prepared for the relaunch of Maison X. The label's inaugural collection, featuring hand-stitched silks, vibrant linens, and audacious cottons, vanished from shelves within hours, gracing the likes of Zendaya and Emma Watson at Cannes. Iris also launched the Silent Needle, a design academy for creators muted by the industry. The inaugural class empowered 100 women, their narratives of appropriated labor resonating with Iris' experience. She meticulously managed every aspect, her sketchbook brimming with fresh concepts, her tote an ever-present companion at workshops. Her husband Julian Lane, a tech mogul who had backed her resurgence, stood by her silently, his Bentley waiting outside, yet it was Iris' vision that propelled the mission forward. The loft's walls showcased her former sketches, once taken, now revered. Messages from students flooded in, expressing their gratitude to Iris for empowering them to be heard. She perused each one, her almond-shaped eyes gleaming with intent. Celeste's empire fell into disarray, her brand shunned by Milan and New York, her stores supplanted by transient pop-up shops. She withdrew to a modest apartment, her elegant gowns sold off to cover legal expenses. Marc's career came to a close, his reputation forever linked to the scandal. Lila and Ethan rushed to find retail jobs, their former allure diminished. Diana found herself ostracized by her socialite circle, her luxurious fur coat given away. The fashion realm observed Iris' ascent, her cotton shirt symbolizing strength and determination. She refrained from boasting, instead she crafted a legacy not fueled by resentment but by elegance. The launch post for Maison X's Instagram has reached 1 million followers, with every post showcasing Iris' brilliance. The Silent Needle's graduates made their debut at London Fashion Week, showcasing designs that embody Iris' spirit. Iris and Julian spent their evenings in the Montmartre apartment, where the balcony was filled with the enchanting scent of jasmine. She donned her cotton shirt while he opted for a sweater, sans tie. They illustrated their ideas over a glass of wine, her tote resting on the table, cradling a fresh photograph. Iris at the Silent Needle's opening, her smile glowing with warmth. Their riches were immense, yet their mission was even greater, grounded in a collective passion for crafting something extraordinary. The world recognized Iris not merely as a victim, but as a powerful entity who transformed betrayal into brilliance. Iris Lane was indifferent to applause. She embodied the design. We invite you to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating stories like this one. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Were you anticipating that?